Sebastians is the focus of episode 3, season 1 of Kitchen Nightmares, and it's a pizza restaurant located in Burbank, California. The owner is Sebastian, obviously, and this guy is completely delusional. As is the case with pretty much every episode, before Gordon shows up, the owner says his food is amazing, and he doesn't understand why his restaurant is failing. He also brags about his cooking ability, a theme which continues throughout the entire episode.
My ability is endless. Put it in front of me and I'll make the dish for you.
Sebastian is very optimistic about Gordon's visit for some reason. I feel like the more optimistic an owner is about going on the show, the more they're going to get pissed off at Gordon's criticisms. When Gordon does show up, Sebastian starts explaining his overly complicated menu and Gordon looks really confused.
Our menu concept is very unusual and unique. I've created a unique menu that nobody else has.
Sebastian has this really complicated 23 flavor combination menu or something.
Would you like a walkthrough of our main concept of the menu?
Concept?
We have a concept, please. Over here is our main concept of the restaurant. What we have is 20 different combinations of marinades, toppings, and seasonings. What you do is you choose one and then you add it to either chicken, portobello mushroom, New York strip, or shrimp. Available at any point in time. We have a half-pound Angus prime burger. I had actually 20 more.
Are you serious?
I'm not entirely sure how it works, and neither is Gordon apparently. He brags about this menu and how good it is throughout the entire episode. As usual, Gordon tries the food and says it's terrible. He doesn't even like the pizza, which you would hope was decent since it's a pizza place.
He said that he wanted a puke bag.
Excellent.
Gordon is not impressed with the menu or the food, and that really pisses Sebastian off. After Gordon finishes eating, he talks to Sebastian directly to give him his complaints about the food, and he gets even more pissed off, especially about the criticism of his stupid menu. But it soon becomes clear just how absolutely delusional Sebastian really is.
Right now,
Yeah.
okay, in my mind, I'm hoping that you can act because you clearly can't cook.
Everything is cooked to order. Even our hamburgers that we just started making, we make fresh.
Pizza dough?
Pizza dough, no. That comes in flash frozen for us.
I thought pizza was your specialty. I thought that's what this place was famed for.
No, sir. Our menu, that concept that baffles you, that's what we're famous for.
That's why they're queuing up at the door and you're packing them in right now.
I don't know why my business isn't there. Okay, my pizzas soon will be in supermarkets.
What?
I would love to franchise this and have a Sebastians all over the world.
Oh my God.
Just think how that sounds. Sebastians all over the world. That makes me excited.
You haven't got fucking one right so far. How the fuck can you think about two?
So yeah, he thinks he's going to have a major franchise like California Pizza or something. Not because his food is good, but because of his amazing menu. Sure. I also like how he always has his eyes completely wide open as if he's just seen aliens come down and abduct someone. That's the face of a completely sane person. And it looks like Sebastian's optimism about Gordon is completely gone.
I was basically kicked in the face. To me, that shows ignorance and a lack of respect. I truly have no respect for the man and his awards. They mean nothing to me at this point.
That only took about 5 minutes. So after that heated discussion, Gordon goes outside to get some air, and as soon as he's out the door, Sebastian starts bragging to his staff like a little kid about how he won the argument with Gordon, even though he got completely destroyed.
I just won that one. I won that one. Woo! I won that one. I won that one. He was giving me shit, and I gave it back to me, and it was like, whatever.
Sebastian?
Yeah. Hello, chef.
Come on, man. If you're gonna talk shit like that, don't turn around like a scared puppy as soon as he comes back in. So they have yet another heated discussion, but nothing gets through to Sebastian, and afterwards he acts like a cringy child some more.
What's successful about out there?
I'm still here.
That's what makes it successful. You just answered my question. I'll see you later. Yeah? Oh, me.
Woo!
Fucking hell.
I think I won that one.
Yes.
Next is the part of the show where Gordon watches a typical dinner service. The dinner service is predictably a train wreck. The customers don't seem to like the food, and Sebastian ends up comping about $300 worth of orders. One customer also found a hair in their salad. I will give Sebastian a little bit of credit here. Despite being completely delusional and immature, he doesn't freak out and yell at the customers who aren't happy, and he comps their orders without a huge fight. Many of the owners on this show who initially seemed more sane ended up screaming at and fighting the customers if they asked for their food to be comped. I know that's a pretty low bar to clear, but hey, I guess he's got that going for him. Gordon also does his usual refrigerator inspection, and while he doesn't find anything too gross, nearly all of the food is frozen, even the pizza dough, which probably explains why it was so bad. Sebastian's excuses for cutting corners are taken right out of the Kitchen Nightmares Cliché Book of Excuses Volume 3. He says that he had to cut the cost of ingredients in order to save money, which almost sounds like a logical thing to do until you think about it. He's cutting costs and serving trash food because he doesn't have any customers. But what customers are going to want to come eat at a restaurant with trash frozen food? It's kind of a catch-22. But after that terrible dinner service, Gordon has yet another chat with Sebastian. Here, Sebastian admits that his food isn't great and explains that he thought he would make up for the bad food by schmoozing with the customers. He also keeps going on and on about how he's going to become a franchise with his stupid menu, which really confuses Gordon.
It's a franchisable concept.
Why are you so fucking obsessed with becoming famous with a franchise? Why can't you just have a restaurant and cook your ass off and get customers in here for the love of what you're doing?
I was hoping that this would be my launching pad for my name.
How?
After their conversation, nothing really seems to be resolved.
What needs to happen here? Big change. We will have a new menu. Are you all right?
Okay, I guess they're just gonna cut away there. I guess we'll never know if he was okay or not. Doesn't look like it. But either way, it's time for the restaurant and menu redesign part of the episode. After the redesigned restaurant is revealed, Sebastian seems relatively happy, but it's a different story with the menu. Gordon wants the restaurant to serve wood-fired, fresh pizza in order to take advantage of the pizza ovens they have, but Sebastian complains that using real pizza dough is too expensive. Okay, so pizza dough is not expensive. The basic ingredients are flour, water, salt, olive oil, and yeast. Here's a 5-pound bag of flour for $3, and that'll make a lot of pizzas. Here's a whole pound of yeast for $13. You only need to use a little pinch of the yeast, salt, and oil for each pizza. It's not that expensive, and you can easily sell a good pizza for $15 to $20, more than the cost of the ingredients needed to make several. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the frozen doughs were more expensive per pizza than fresh dough. And the other complaint that Sebastian has about Gordon's changes is that he got rid of his stupid multiple choice menu.
Gone? Yeah, is a confusion.
It's just, it's the change I was scared of. I don't see any uniqueness.
You're not going to now ask me to turn around and say what you gave me in terms of pizza was unique.
I've created a unique menu that nobody else has. And Chef Gordon said, I quote him, "I've never seen a menu like this before." So I'm assuming that it's quite unique to him also.
Why is he so hung up on that menu? Nobody goes to a restaurant and says, well, the food was terrible, but at least there were a lot of options. Let's go back next week. But either way, Gordon seems to have somewhat convinced him to go along with the changes, even though he's clearly not happy. Then, while everyone is setting up for the relaunch service and in good spirits, Sebastian starts grumbling to himself like a lunatic and cleaning random stuff.
Everything's a big joke to everybody, right? This place is a mess. Nobody wants to clean.
And he randomly assaults this vacuum cleaner.
Anybody gonna get the phone?
Okay, that was unnecessary. That vacuum didn't deserve that. I guess Gordon can tell that Sebastian still isn't on board because he tries to give him a little pep talk before the service to boost his spirits.
Okay, 2 seconds. Control it, whether you're running the pizza side or whether on the grill. As those orders come in, push them out. Get on top of it and make sure that everyone is not shouting across each other. One person. Okay, any questions?
No, sir.
No? Good.
Thank you.
Let's go.
I don't think any of that got through. The service starts out well with customers liking the food, but after wandering around aimlessly for a bit and sulking about the loss of his menu, Sebastian completely snaps and starts pulling tickets from the new menu and serving from the old menu instead.
Still doesn't fully support Gordon's mandate for freshness.
This is gone. This is gone. There's a lot of uniqueness with the menu I was using. Whether he thought it was good food or bad food, it was unique.
Hey guys, I've got an amazing idea. I'm gonna pull down my pants and take a dump on your plate right in the dining room. That's pretty unique, right? You ever seen that before? Gordon is understandably pissed off about this, and he takes Sebastian outside and gives him some really harsh criticism.
Mate, there's one thing that hasn't changed in this establishment, and that's you, Sebastian. I'm 40 years of age, and I've gone to a lot of restaurants, but I've never, ever, ever, ever met someone I believe in as little as you.
Whoa, slow down there, Gordon. It's only season 1. I have a feeling you're going to meet plenty of people you believe in less.
I think that you will go back to your sloppy, shortcut, 5 out of 10 frozen ways. Good luck.
Savage. I really like that little good luck and tap on the arm at the end. Sebastian is obviously pissed about what Gordon said, so he goes into the dining room and starts screaming like a lunatic, which really seems to scare the customers and employees.
You fucking kidding me? Fucking kidding me right now?
This is my fucking life!
Oh my God.
This is my fucking life! You fucking kidding me?
Everyone's just watching him throw a tantrum and looking at him like, dude, what are you doing? I'm not sure what's going on with the timeline and how this was edited, but the next shot we see is Sebastian angrily walking from the restaurant towards the area where Gordon and the film crew get set up. The whole way there, he's screaming about how he's done with the show and telling the cameraman to get out of his face.
Fucking arrogant fuck, that motherfucker. We're done. Get the fucking camera out of here.
The door he tries to go through is locked, but he just rips it open and goes in anyways.
Chef Gordon, where the fuck are you? Where are you?
I'm here.
You come into my restaurant?
Yes.
I'm just so fucking disappointed.
You gonna calm
Okay,
down?
stop
Or shall I
pointing
get
your
out
finger
of
at
there?
me.
You ungrateful.
You have no idea.
Nasty,
You have no
vindictive
fucking idea.
joker.
Fuck you.
That's it, is it?
Yeah, it is it.
Let me
Are
just
you
tell
kidding
something.
me?
Let me just tell you something.
You ain't telling me nothing. I'm
See,
done.
There you go.
I'm done.
You get your bit in.
Yes. Loser. I'm telling you one last time. You're a fucking dickhead.
Sebastian eventually gives up trying to argue and goes off to be alone, and Gordon goes back to the restaurant to try and salvage the service. But Sebastian seems to calm down eventually, and he supposedly sees the error of his ways and decides to return to the restaurant. He awkwardly comes back in, and everyone's just kind of looking at him like, you good?
Are we back on top now? Oh, yes. We are, yeah? Stay on top, yeah?
On point, Chef.
Not confused, no?
No, sir.
Good.
But now he claims to be on board with Gordon's changes, and they managed to get through the service. I think what probably happened is that Sebastian realized that he looked like a total asshat and decided it would be way easier to pretend to go along with it and just change the menu back after the show was done filming. But that's just my guess. And that's how the episode ends. So what happened to Sebastian's? Are they still open? Did Sebastian keep Gordon's menu? Well, according to this article from the Gazette Review, perhaps unsurprisingly, before the dough mixer ever had a chance to get warmed up, Sebastian was fishing the old concept menu out of bins and reintroducing the unique and immensely confusing old way of ordering food to his once again dwindling customer base. So it looks like he went back to his old menu pretty quickly after the show aired. Not surprising. And the article also says that in January of 2008, the restaurant closed down for good, and Sebastian sent out an email explaining that he would be moving back to Boston. They only lasted for 2 months after the episode of Kitchen Nightmares aired on TV. Also, a really interesting coincidence happened. In season 3, episode 13 of Kitchen Nightmares, Gordon revisited a restaurant he had previously helped called Casa Roma. And wouldn't you know it, Q, one of the employees from Sebastian's, ended up working there. Gordon remembers Q and asks him what happened to Sebastian after the show aired. Q says that one day just out of nowhere he kinda disappeared. Motherfucker just up and vanished like some kind of pizza Houdini. Also, Q must be very unlucky to end up working in 2 different Kitchen Nightmares restaurants, but anyways, how does that happen? But in 2013, Sebastian resurfaced again and got an acting role in a movie called Angels Around Me, where he plays a detective. He mentioned that he was an actor in the episode of Kitchen Nightmares, and I was curious about his previous acting roles, so I looked into it, and it turns out that he only had 1 previous acting role besides this movie. And it was a Mary-Kate and Ashley movie from 2000 called Our Lips Are Sealed, of all things. He played Suspect in the movie. His second movie, Angels Around Me, doesn't look too good if I'm being honest. It looks pretty low budget. And the last bit of news we have about Sebastian is that he is now running a landscaping company in New England, as we can see here on his Instagram.
Good morning, everyone. This is Sebastian with New England Tree Company.
Well, good for him. He may not have been able to run a restaurant, but maybe he can run a successful landscaping business and do a good job at it. Let's just hope he doesn't try to offer people 23 different landscaping combinations. And lastly, let's take a look at the Yelp reviews for the restaurant. On Yelp, Sebastian's has 2.5 stars with 37 reviews. But honestly, I would take that number with a grain of salt because several of the really bad reviews were made very recently, and they seem to be from people who didn't actually try the food and are just leaving reviews to shit on Sebastian. I know he was a complete clown, but come on. There's no need to try and harass the guy for something that happened like 14 years ago. Anyways, let's look at some of the reviews from when they were actually open. This 2-star review from November 2007 says, yes, the menu has changed, and most of the Ramsay-inspired items are still on the menu. Well, I visited Sebastian's today for our client lunch meeting. I am sorry, but the customer experience is still only worthy of 2 stars. Absolutely nothing has been learned or changed. A 5-star review, also from November of 2007, says, first off, if you have never been to the restaurant and tried the food, don't rate the place. That is like a movie critic giving their opinion based on a review by someone else. To the food, we had a 1/2 pepperoni and 1/2 sausage pizza. The pizza was one of the best that I've had in Los Angeles. Wow, that's pretty high praise. Let me take another look at that profile picture. Huh. This 1-star review, again from November 2007. November was a very busy month for Sebastian's apparently. Says, what an absolute toilet. Bad food, horrendous space, bad lighting. What are you, an interior decorator or something? Incompetent staff. Oh, and did I mention expensive? 2 pizzas, 2 salads, 2 drinks, $80 and change. This 4-star review is from 2006, which is long after they closed, but it says, the menu centers around chicken, beef, shrimp, and portobello mushroom tips. Choose one of 23 savory flavors Sebastian personally developed and decide if you'd like that as a gourmet sandwich, as a salad on a bed of wild baby greens, or as an entree. Is that how that was supposed to work? So I actually managed to find this legendary menu so we can take a look at the damn thing and try to understand it. Oh god, it's got instructions with it. That's how you know you're doing something right. Okay, so here are the gourmet flavor combinations. What the fuck are these? Meat Man? LS3? Oh, so good. So you're telling me I can order a spinach, garlic, and feta cheese salad with shrimp. And what do I get if I just order the entree? Like just the meat, I guess? Yeah, this is much better than just having the chef create the menu and letting me pick from it. I can't believe this didn't take off. The next time I go to Wendy's, there better be some instructions and some calculus 2-level math equations on the menu for me, or I'm not coming back. Anyways, I guess that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing. And I also started a Patreon recently if you really want to support the channel. But thanks again, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.